Is what is in the future for you and your organization, and what plans can we look forward to seeing in your community and the broader bike community locally and beyond?
Oh, excellent. Future thinking, that's fun. I'm like a dreamer. I'm one of those people that I come up with ideas and I love to just give it out. Like literally, I love to just give it out. Some people are like, oh, don't talk about that because somebody will steal an idea. I am actually astounded at how many different ways that we share information and we share ideas, and how nationally Red Bike and Green, Bikes for Life, and Spokes have gained attention. So for us, I'm a little bit of a technophile, and I like social marketing. For Spokes, the first step is Roxy and David here are two of the youth out of 7 youth that are inheriting the shop. Part of our model is to actually create these bike shops like Bikes for Life and Spokes, and to actually leave them for the community, to actually establish them as a community space, and invest in the community by finding ways to secure them to be there. So we are, like I said, we had our 1-year anniversary. Part of that was a rededication to the fact that they get to inherit the shop, and what we do is do that on a level playing field, like a co-op or collective, and allows them to actually grow and then bring other youth in underneath them and bridge up and move out. So our expansion model, in the same way that it's happening for Red Bike and Green, is also to be able to take them, when they get the skills and capacity, to go and open up other Spoke Shop bike lounges. So we can have the Atlanta Spoke Shop Bike Lounge and the DC Spoke Shop Bike Lounge. So right now, in our 4th year, and it's only our 1st year with the shop, our original goal was to be in 5 cities in 5 years and a foundation in 10 years. And we're well on our way because we have people on the ground in 6 cities. And we are already, about 2 months ago, we started a national committee, or actually I should say a coalition of urban cyclists. This committee is looking at being able to get bigger grants, like federal grants, and distribute them to places like Bikes for Life and the Spoke Shop Bike Lounge. So I want to graduate from being on the level in one city to the point where I'm representing multiple cities and multiple organizations, and able to go to the Department of Transportation and go to Caltrans and go to state and federal organizations and corporations and get funding so that we can sustain and so that we can multiply this movement, which is good for all of our communities, is good for the environment, and good for all of us. So that's one thing. The other thing is to continue the conversation, and I'll just say it real quick. I created a Google group so that when we get out of here, we can continue the conversation. So using social media so that people can talk about what we do, and so that we can propagate the movement. To take these great images and these great rides and these great things that we're doing and make them public, so that when somebody puts in a Google search for community bike shop, or somebody puts in a Google search for how can I change my life through cycling, it comes to us, you know? So those are the ways that I'm looking at expanding, and you know, there's a number of other ways, but when we break out from this and we continue the conversation, we can go into more depth.
I want to see more Black people on bikes. I agree with Brian in that when you start riding a bike, you feel this sense of freedom, and that's how I felt the first time I got on my bike, and that's how I still feel. Like I feel freedom from the economic burden of having to drive my car. I feel like I feel physically free, like just the, you know, being at one with nature. I know that sounds a little cliche, but I mean, it's something that I want to see more Black people just get excited about. Like, and I want that mentality to continue to take Black communities to a place where they're inspired to do the same thing like that within the Black community, to start to think more about ways that we can contribute to building and strengthening ties within our own community for health, for the same reasons, for health reasons, for economic reasons, for environmental reasons. The same things that happened in Chicago, in Atlanta, I would like to see the same things happen within the African diaspora as a whole. And it would be great if it started with something as simple as bike riding and red, bike, and green and the culture that it's hopefully stimulating for us. But I mean that's ultimately what I would like to see is that we just continue to grow the movement even beyond bike riding, just to build healthier, stronger communities.
Right on. I think for Bikes for Life, it's been very rewarding work in a lot of ways, because we pride ourselves in being able to, and it's very rewarding to be able to see folks that haven't been on bikes or haven't been down with the movement, and maybe they're transitioning, maybe they're changing life around, maybe they're getting off drugs, maybe they're moving to a new neighborhood, maybe they just, you know, having this big transition in their life, and we're able to be there and have, you know, help embrace that and expose them and you know what I'm saying, nurture some of these talents that they have. They may be incredible artists or have some incredible talents that we're able to help with. You know, and so it's very rewarding to see my young brothers and sisters come home and have a space to come to in West Oakland, because there's so lack of resources. It's so neglected when it comes to poor black and brown folks, that us having a space carved out, you know, that's related to biking in our hood. I live right in my neighborhood, and I haven't even left my neighborhood. We just drove over here. I'm born and raised here in San Francisco. I don't know the last time I've been over here, because I'm always in my hood in West Oakland and doing work and building with the people there. And it's rewarding. At the same time, it's a lot of work. You know what I mean? Because we have a lot of issues. We're dealing with poverty. We're dealing with a lot of, you know, the criminalization, police brutality. We're dealing with all these issues. And for us to have this space based off of biking is a cool thing, because a lot of folks in our neighborhood ride bikes to go to the store, this is their means of transportation. A lot of them don't have cars. So for us to have a shop where they could come and use the tools, you know, be around other folks, is just a good thing for our community, and for my young brothers and sisters to see somebody that look like them, that got a shop, that show another way. You know what I mean? I sold dope all my teens and my early 20s. Now I'm doing something else, and now the young brothers and sisters can see there's another way that we can, you know, have economics by opening up a shop, and it's successful. And we recycling our dollar right in the hood. It don't even leave that neighborhood. You know what I mean? And we able to hire our people, we able to train our people, and that's what we about. And long as we are there, just what we're going to continue doing at Bikes for Life. And we need a lot of supporters. We need folks to come. So y'all, when y'all get an opportunity, come check us out, say hello, come to, when you're ever in West Oakland by the West Oakland Bar Station, come through, check us out. Check out our website, because this is not, we're not just some unique thing. Like, this can happen anywhere. This, in your neighborhood, this is something that is going on all over. And we just happen to be in West Oakland, and we happen to just be having a good, we're going on our 3rd year, and we're doing some incredible work. So come by and say hello to us, bikesforlife.com.